Hello fellow guitar geeks! In this box is a Player Plus Strat from Fender, and it's been rumoured for ages. I finally have one in the studio, so without further ado, let's check it out. Actually no, let's skip ahead in time to where I have the guitar out of the box and I'll play a track with it, and then we can go back in time to now and I'll unbox it with you. And then take that off. So that's just a piece of cardboard that goes on the top, protective cardboard. It's in a soft case. I didn't know it came in a soft case. The Player series doesn't come with a soft case as far as I can remember. What just fell out then? Something fell out. Probably the whammy bar. Yes, the anything else? No, that's good. Some silica gel. That is the same thing you get with everything. So we've got a short tremolo wiggly stick and some Allen keys to adjust the guitar. I wonder if we'll need them. So let's put that to the side for a moment and open up the bag. Nice. Right. Moment of truth. Did Fender send the right colour that I asked for, and is it any good? I'm not going to look. I'm going to look at you, and I'm just going to reach this guitar on top of there. There we go. So we're seeing it at the same time. I think it is the correct colour. Good. And here we go. So bad. I'm digging that. That is the worn candy apple red finish. Let's show it to that camera so you can get some kind of reference. Very, very nice. In fact, I've just noticed there's no guitar behind me, so I have to change that rather quickly. Pop that little eye back there. Right, that's you looking at the new Fender Player Plus series made in Mexico. Let's take these bags away. And this little hang tag. That one will go on the floor. I think that looks amazing. So as a colour choice, that's the colour that I asked for, and that's the colour that I've got. It says Fender Player Plus Stratocaster. Hang on, let's put it that way. Fender Player Plus Stratocaster features Fender Plus noiseless pickups, rolled fingerboard edges, nice, push-pull adds neck pickup. Hang on, you didn't see that then. Okay, so I don't like push-pull really, I like push-push, but push-pull works better for a longer time. Most interestingly, it's a 12-inch radius neck, which is not usual for a Fender Strat. It is more sort of Les Paul-y kind of territory. However, wow, this got locking tuners. Okay, locking tuners, a very nice satinized neck that's not glossy. I was wondering if it was going to be glossy and sticky. It isn't. 𝗬𝗙𝗪 fretboard. Looks like medium jumbo frets and feel they feel okay so far. The Mexican guitars are really rocking at the moment, and if you are looking for a Strat, oh, it says Player Plus on the back. This could be one for you. Don't let the made in USA, made in Mexico thing get you down. You could be looking at something that is rather good. Okay, that nut is cut perfectly for these gauge of strings, which are 9s. And let's check the truss rod. Also pretty flipping perfect. Considering this has come from America, and I'm in Austria, and it's gone all the way across the water, hopefully in a boat or a ship or a plane or some kind of transportation vehicle. That is extremely well set up so far. And the intonation is pretty spot on. I've just noticed something I really like. The logo on the headstock is slightly raised. Is it silver or black? No, I think it's black, but it's done in a really classy way. That's really pretty. Then on the back, the locking tuners. Then we've got all the way across the neck that skunk stripe with the Fender Player Plus. Let's take that off as we're here. Well, that wasn't easy to take off. Well stuck on, Fender. 2-point trem looks tidy as heck. As I said, the intonation looks in, the saddles look high quality. Everything here looks like it's good. Flipping it over, you can see that there's quite a large block inside. There, can we see that? Shall we take that out? Let's have a look. Okay. Well, usually this is where you see the CNC job and everything. Let's have a closer look. That is a very tidy back cavity. A big block that's really shiny. 3 springs. Solder job looks tidy. Let's have a look on this camera. There. So we've got this big block. It looks really neatly done. There's not even any wood left over in there. I am extremely impressed with this guitar. I'm going to leave that off because I normally leave the back plates off my Strats anyway. Let's find... well, we haven't plugged it in yet, of course. I am going to get to sounds, and there are chapters in the video, so if you don't want to listen to this, then you can skip ahead to some more sounds, but you've already heard it in the intro track, I hope. Let's look at the locking tuners. There they are, Fender branded, and let's have a turn. Yeah, they turn well, and they tuned really nicely. And again, the neck is super playable with the modern C feel and the 12-inch radius. If it were a bit thicker, it would be one of my perfect Strat necks, because I love a 12-inch radius on a Strat, but I need a bit more wood behind there. But for the average person, this is going to be absolutely where you want it. Let's look at the electronics. So the switch is very, very switchy. That's a quality switch. You know when that's clicking, which is important because you need to know which position you're in. You're not going to, if you do knock that, it's not going to accidentally go out like it does on some of the cheaper guitars. Pots turn very freely. And this one is I found something I don't like. This is the pull pot for the adding the neck in, so you can add it in anywhere on the pickup selection. I think we'll find out in a moment. But what I don't like is with the Fender classic knobs. Hang on, there we go. I can't pull that up. I need to get my fingernail under it and do that. I think that's a massive design fault. Unless there's some trickery that I'm not used to, I can't take that up. My goodness. Yeah, so I think that's a mistake. It's possible, but I mean, could you put a pick in there? Yeah, that's fiddly. I don't like that. I don't think that's a good idea. Okay, let's plug it in and hear the different pickups through the Marshall and through the Fender Deluxe Reverb and whatever else is going in here, so I can... Hopefully the guitar works, and well, you'll know because you've heard that intro track, but I'm going to hear it for the first time because of video editing. Let's move to the fourth position. That was different. I'm noticing a trend here. Are you noticing a trend? Let's try the middle setting, so the middle pickup on its own. Position 2. And finally, the bridge. Is it going to be Ice Pick City? Firstly, I thought that was pretty good. I thought the pickups sounded like they should sound. Each position sounds like the Strat position it should sound like, or at least it pretends to be. And with the noiseless pickups, I wasn't sure exactly what to expect. And after that little pickup selector jammy thing, I've noticed they're not that dynamic, which I guess is the downside of noiseless pickups. There is, on the plus side, there is no noise whatsoever. I've been sitting here like this and there's nothing. So regards to the noiseless, yeah, good. Regards to the sound, I like it. Not the most dynamic pickups in the world. You give, you take. All right, let's try something with the Marshall, something a little bit more rocky, and push the gain up on the Archer. I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to back off the tone and see if that is adjusting the bridge. Okay, so it's a little bit too bridgy for my liking. Is that tone on everything? We'll find out in a minute. That's a little better to my ears. It's a little less shrill. Let's try position 2. Same tone pot selection. Let's go straight to the middle. Position 4. And position 5. Right, that is a good sound. So I think it's really important to mess around with the tone pots when you're using the overdrive, because at first that bridge was far too bridgy for me. But luckily, the tone pot here is connected to the bridge pickup, and I'm assuming the middle pickup as well. Now, as far as I can tell, that's just the bridge pickup. That's cool. I will just confirm that for you. Yeah, it's just the bridge pickup. What I didn't touch on was the switching in this to give us the neck pickup in with the other pickups. I think in series. Okay, so it's only when you're using the bridge pickup. So selecting the bridge, position 1 or position 2, you can also put in the neck as well to give you a bit more girth. I hope that's giving you a little flavour of the pickups. They're not that dynamic, as I said, but they do a really good job of sounding like a Strat without giving you any of that hum. So I think it's a fair compromise. But if you wanted something purely dynamic, these pickups are probably not for you. But for the average player, including myself, these are more than adequate. I like them. But again, that old switcheroonie on there, I've just broken my nail trying to pull that pot out. So I don't like that, and there needs to be, I don't know, something there. Has anyone got any suggestions that I can, how can I pull that pot out easier? Actually, I'm getting pretty good at it. Stop complaining, Andy. One thing I haven't mentioned is how good is that trem system. I've had no issues whatsoever. It's just doing everything I want. It does these little flutters. I think the trem's really great. Like most guitars, it could do with a little bit of nut sauce lubrication on the nut. The fretboard could also do with a little bit of oil just to dampen that up because it has dried out. It's not dry. It just looks like it needs to be oiled. That's all. It's not a problem. Promise. I love this guitar. I've really bonded with it. And I really bonded with my Player Strat and now have the Player Plus. And I will bring you a video in which I compare the two. I can't do it in this video because the guitar only arrived today. And if you're watching this on day of release, then that's tomorrow for me. So if it's today, then I received the guitar yesterday. And I quite like to take a little break, if I'm honest. So yeah, I will bring you another video with a shootout of the old Player Strat and the Player Plus together, even though the other player has a maple fretboard. But, what can I do? Let's talk about price. This one is coming in at just under 1,000 euros, 900 and something. So in the upper regions of 900. Some of the other colors and some of the other configurations are over 1,000, but not much. And then you've got the basses and the Jazzmaster and the Telly. They're all around this, I think 200 euros of each other, but I think this is one of the cheapest at just below 1,000 euros and whatever the currency is where you are. And I think that, firstly, you do not, there's no corners cut, seeing that this is made in Mexico. Made in Mexico means nothing anymore. My Kurt Cobain Jaguar is made in Mexico, and it's pretty phenomenal. And this is made in Mexico, and the Player is made in Mexico. That's the one I took on holiday, and I absolutely loved playing that guitar. I love this one more. So I love this color. I love all the specs, all the hardware. I love the 𝗤𝗢𝗡 fretboard. I love the neck. The locking tuners seem to be fantastic. Everything just works. The only thing that I'm not that into is, two things, is that switch. I think that's not for me because I can't go breaking nails all the time. And also the pickups might be something that are not your taste. If you want a Strat and you want to play gigs with a Strat, you have no issue with these pickups whatsoever. I'm just saying that if you want something purely dynamic, I'm not getting those tones from these pickups. So you might have gathered it's a very positive review for the Player Plus. Just so you know, Fender are paying me to make this video, but they're not paying for the words to come out of my mouth. They're just sending me a guitar and giving me money to make the video, So make of that what you will. Hopefully you can trust me because I have nothing to gain from lying to you. And especially if you're a regular viewer, I really like hanging out with you guys. Almost I love you guys. And that's really out of character. It's a bit much, isn't it? For a Tuesday, if you're watching on the release day. If you're not watching the release date, by the way, I hope this series did well, because it deserves to. Ah, man, I'm really digging it. I just want to keep playing it. I'm going to make that track now. So the track you heard at the beginning of the video, I'm going to make it now. I want to talk about the gig bag, because the gig bag's actually fairly okay. And what I mean by that is it'll do the job. It won't win any protection awards, because there is a small amount of foam in there, a little bit of padding, but it is rucksackable. It's got a handle there as well. Yeah, so you can rucksack it, you can carry it as you would if you were some kind of Tommy gun owner. You've got several pockets on there. The zips are okay. Is there anything in there? It's the straps for the rucksack, backpack part. It's nothing amazing, but I'd rather have one than not. If you're really going to gig with it, put it in a case, or a better soft case. Gotta say, I keep looking at the headstock. There's that one thing, the headstock just here, where it says Fender. It looks plus. It looks extra. It looks really, really professional, and it makes me feel like I'm playing a real Fender guitar, which I am, but you know, when people play Made in Mexico, sometimes you feel a little less than. That isn't the case with this guitar, and that's one of the little things that makes me feel that way. As we're in this region, I haven't mentioned the string tree yet. The string tree is a proper, nice, professional string tree. That's an improvement on the Player series, and certainly an improvement on anything in the price range below this. That is a professional looking string tree. It might not mean a lot to you, but it means a lot to me that those little extra things, the decal, the locking tuners, the string tree, the trem system, all the hardware, everything, it's been thought through, and it's been obviously budgeted for this, because it is still a kind of budget guitar, even though it's €1,000. What I'm trying to say is that it's kind of like you took a standard USA Fender, and that would be the Made in Mexico Player, and then you took the Ultra, the Fender Ultra, which is about $2,000, and that's what this is. So if you don't need anything, if you want some sort of traditional neck heel, or you don't mind that neck heel, then you'd be fine with this. I would have liked to have seen some kind of other neck heel on that, something more ergonomic. Can't have it all. So expect to see this guitar on the channel a lot. I'm really pleased I got this color. I didn't like the I always get this word wrong, the degradation? The gradient ones where it fades from one color to another. That's not my bag. This faded candy apple red, you can even see the sparkle and the shine. It really, really does look beautiful. I know I'm waxing lyrical about the guitar. It's just really fine. Yeah, I like it. Oh, the rolled fingerboard actually feels better now that I've been playing it. I could go on, but I urge you that if you're looking for a Strat, to certainly consider this one. If you're on the fence about it, make the purchase. I don't think you'll be disappointed. It's delivering. Guess what? It's the end of the video, which means you have made it to the end of the video club. To prove that you have made it to this prestigious elite group of people, when you leave your comment in the comments section telling me what you think of the Fender Player Plus Strat and all the other Fender Player Plus series, because there are more. When you leave that comment, please also include the phrase Fender PP. And that'll let me know that you made it to the end of the video, and we can see who amongst your friends here in the Guitar Geek community made it to the end. Hope you all did. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you to Fender for sending out this beautiful guitar, and thanks to Fender for sponsoring the video. That did not change what I said, however, so rest assured all opinions are my own, as are the bum notes that I played throughout this video. There's some more videos over there. I hope you check them out, because there's probably some interesting stuff going on in that one, just there. Also, leave a thumbs up if you want, or a thumbs down. I don't mind which one you do. Just interact somehow so the YouTube gods, reward me with heads. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.